Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. On this week's episode, it is a cooking theme or food themed episode. We've got our Liam's Facts, our top 5 cheeses, our fight scene, and our joke of the week. So make sure you like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the show, everybody. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk with TruMotion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host Tony.
What up?
All right. Well, apparently we got some
hot snakes,
and hot takes.
Hot snakes, hot takes.
Today's a foodie themed style episode, and we just kind of had a slight moment off camera where I had him try one of those, one of the naked style chips where there's no artificial flavors or dyes, and they taste really good,
really good.
And then it just irritates the hell out of you of like, well, why don't they just do that? Like, I don't get it.
So again, this is what I find ridiculously irritating, and I don't know if it's just a culture that we have here in the United States, because in other countries it's not like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say that, I don't like it when people shit on their own country. No. I really don't.
Yeah.
Now, to point out things that you can say that, we don't do this as well.
We have some deficiencies.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't think that here in America we have a good culture of dinner time. We used to. Yeah. And when I was in Italy and everything else, that was huge. Like, everybody came together, families lived in, big. I mean, it was basically like you bought an apartment building as a family, right?
Yeah, multi-family house.
Yeah, dude, it was huge. And everybody came together for lunch. The grandma would sit there and she'd make, lunch for everybody, and it was like freaking amazing. And we would all sit down and we would all eat. And the knowledge on how to make food, I mean, just that simple thing, that simple knowledge of how to make food, was pervasive. Everybody had that. Everybody could sit down and make food.
Mm-hmm.
Here, nobody knows how to make anything anymore, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there just talking about people who are like, well, I'll just DoorDash it. I'll just do this and I'll just do that, and I'm like, okay. So you're DoorDashing a meal that's already overpriced. You're going to be paying $17.50 for a burger and fries. Then you're going to put another $5 to $8 charge on the DoorDash, and then you're going to put a tip on top of that DoorDash on top. So now this $17 burger is now costing you $37.50 for a freaking burger.
Yeah,
that's not that good.
I used to DoorDash, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. And it's like, it irritates me because if you look at the fee structure,
yeah.
Even if there's no delivery fee, there's still like a $5 to $6 tax fee.
Yeah, service fee
from DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, damn.
Yeah, and I look at it and I'm like, okay, knowing how the financials are for this nation across the board, none of you are doing that well, so you can DoorDash.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but you are not doing so well that you can drop that much money every single day on somebody making you food.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ridiculous. I think I'm a pretty fair cook. I think I do well.
Yeah.
Cooking wise. And it blows my mind, like, the type of food that I can make at home for a fraction of the cost.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I understand, like, some people say, well, it's the time and it's the effort and it's the equipment and everything else. Fair. That is a fair assessment.
It's more so the time, because you don't need a whole lot of equipment to make good food.
Right. And the only reason why I say equipment is because there's certain things that I do that, yes, you need.
You have like your sous vide.
Like
if you have a smoker, you have a smoker. Like,
smoker.
There's certain
you've got
things that you will acquire.
Right. But it's not something that's like, I have to buy that every single time.
Exactly.
It's like, well, yeah, like I made...
Honestly, if you buy a $20 crock pot from Walmart, you can make just about anything.
Almost. Well, I would actually do you one better. Ditch the crock pot and just get an Instapot. Because you can do more and it's about the same price.
Yeah, I like crock pots.
You know?
It's funny because we have both, and like,
Yeah.
I never use the Instapot. I know it has more features. I just like the crock pot better for some reason.
Yeah, so there's this guy, and I just recently found him on YouTube. His name's Chris Young. Kind of like he was a chemist first, and then after getting his PhD and being burnt out in chemistry and everything else and going to school, decided that he was going to go into the restaurant industry, which I'm just like, good for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, went to a Michelin star restaurant, and it wasn't at the time. It was a good restaurant. Helped them work on getting their Michelin star and everything else. But one thing that they were doing is that, he was like, I need to make high quality food, but our overhead on food is through the roof. Like,
Yeah.
we got to fix this. And so his job was to make like this really awesome, like chicken broth, like this, and it's called a consommé, which is just this ultra clear as glass chicken broth with high flavor and everything else. And he ended up, he's like, yeah, so what I ended up doing was buying rotisserie chickens from Costco. And then he would shred the chicken off of it and put like the other, aromatics in there, like you like your celery, onion, carrot, that type of stuff, into the Instapot. And then he has like this process for doing it. And dude, the chicken broth comes out amazing. And I sat there and I'm like, okay, cool. So you've got all the chicken bits that are left over mixed in with the vegetables that are the aromatics that are in there. You get the chicken broth out, and I'm sitting there like, okay, I paid $5 for the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I paid, probably combined with like the celery and the onion and everything else, $1.50. Okay, to get, 4 quarts of chicken broth, and with the leftover chicken and everything else, I use that as like food topper for Zion, for my dog, on top of his food. Because that way, like, then the chicken doesn't go to waste and everything else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, for $6.50, I just saved myself, and it didn't take long at all. Like with the food topper, because my dog's a picky eater. I don't know what this deal is, but that's like $13 for the food topper stuff that I got for free, and then all of the chicken broth for like $6. And it's better than anything that you're going to get at the store.
Yeah.
And the other day, like, I made, it's called pasta e fagioli, which is basically like this pasta and bean type. It's a really hearty soup. To call it a soup would be kind of a misnomer. It's almost like a stew type of thing.
Yeah, I like stews better.
Yeah, but with cannelli beans and pasta, and it's awesome. And I made it with that broth, and honestly, like, after I did that, I was like, I could throw this on a menu at any restaurant that I've been to in Salt Lake, and yeah, it would fly.
Yeah.
And like, people be like, oh yeah, I'd pay $8 a bowl for that.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. And I'm like, I literally just made this for like with the chicken broth, okay, plus the beans and everything else. I made the whole dish for $10, and I will serve probably like, 10 people out of it. So that's like $1 a bowl in cost.
Yeah.
Then I get to sell it for $8. It's a $7 overhead. I mean, like, that's kind of where my brain goes when I'm like making food at home.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is dumb. Like, it's not hard, and it wasn't hard to put all that stuff together. A little time consuming, yeah.
No, unfortunately, with restaurants, they are just like handcuffed because they have so many expenses.
Oh yeah.
To where all of a sudden, by the time the food gets to you, I would dare say most of the time the cost of the food is damn near almost the cost of the meal.
So you're right. And that's where I'm not going to yell at like a restaurant for charging what they charge.
No.
Because I understand, like, for me, I don't have to pay
exactly
$50,000
No, but it's like you're paying for the reception, or like the hostess. You're paying for the server.
Yep.
You're paying for all the
line cooks and everything else.
All the line cooks, and you're paying for all the stuff that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
like the seat you're at, the table you're at, this like the flatware, the silverware.
You're talking millions of dollars
Oh yeah.
before you even open the door.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing that, yes, I do understand, like cooking at home. I'm not factoring that in. But again, I'm not looking at it by way of like, well, these restaurants and everything else are overcharging me. No.
No.
What I'm looking at is
really
like,
hard
okay,
to...
like I get why you're charging what you have to charge that.
Yeah.
You have to charge that. I'm not begrudging you at all. What I am begrudging people is when you look at like the consumer debt index and you've got like $1.5 trillion of outstanding consumer debt.
Yeah, people
are
need to learn how to cook at home a little bit more.
It's like, dude, like go out to eat every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are certain places that I just will not go to eat because I know I can make it better at home, and not just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But by a lot. And then there's other places that it's like I will go and eat there because I can't make it in the quantities to make it worth it.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, which is really, really funny because it's started off as a peasant dish, but I tried to make it once and I had to make it in such a big quantity that it just wasn't worth it. Was pho.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm like, I'm not making pho at home. I tried it once and never again.
Pho's a weird thing because it's basically like ramen. And I like ramen, but I'm not a huge pho fan.
Oh, okay.
Pho's okay. Like it's not terrible, but if somebody was like, "Hey, do you want pho or do you want something else?" I'll probably be like,
I want something else.
I want something else. Or whatever option B is.
Right.
But I don't hate pho. I honestly want to say I think it's the noodles.
Oh, okay. The rice noodles.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of not that, like, if someone made it for me, I wouldn't be like, get this away from me. You know, but it's like if I had option A or option B, like I would probably choose the other option. It's kind of the same thing with like Thai food.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't hate Thai food, but like I don't have this, you know, like when you get this like, God, like I gotta have some fill in the blank.
Right.
Thai food never pops in my head.
No way.
Yeah.
So like the coconut curries and everything else like that, no big. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I absolutely love coconut curry.
I don't think I've really had coconut curry or decent ones because there's not a whole lot of Thai restaurants in Utah. Or let me rephrase, a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Like Shanna used to love this restaurant called Mekong. And like we went there a couple of times and I was like, they weren't terrible.
Right.
But it's like if I'm going to have like Asian style food, like I like noodles. So it's like, again, all of them have like the glass noodles or rice noodles or like those big fat wide noodles. And it's like, no, just give me like ramen style noodles or udon, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I would probably say out of like all the Asian style cuisines, like Thai is like my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because and that's the difference. Like I absolutely love Thai food.
Yeah.
There's a place it used to be called. It was funny because started going to it when it first opened up, and it was on State Street. It was called Thai Siam for a long time, and then I think it was run by two different families, and there was a kerfuffle or something in the family, and half of the family broke off because we like went in there one day and to have dinner, and the regular people that were there weren't there anymore. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I heard that there's this new Thai restaurant, Sawadi, that's on North Temple. And so we went there, and it was all the people from Thai Siam. And it was funny because we walked in there. I'd been in there so many times that the waiters, like the waitresses that were there, knew who I was. They were like, oh, come over here, sit down. And they knew exactly what I was going to order. You know, the Diet Coke and no ice. Yeah. I'm like, yes, very right.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. And it was at that point that I realized I come here way too much. And so walked into Thai Siam and like, you know, opened the door, go in there, and the guy that's there to seat you was the guy that was always there at Thai Siam, and he just looks at us. Yeah. His eyes got like this big smile. Hello. And I'm like, hi.
Diet Coke, no ice.
And he's like, come this way. Yeah. And I'm like, all right. But that place, like if you're looking for really good Thai food, You know, and I don't know if it's like changed ownership since then. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's been around for like 20 years. But super good.
Yeah,
And
I'll have to try
I
that
really
place.
I like Thai Siam. Or not Thai Siam. I like Thai food. Yeah, I like their curries and stuff like that. But again, if you don't want your house smelling like curry and all that other stuff, it's like, all right, well then yes. Go, if I was like going to do seafood or something like that, just because I don't want my house smelling like seafood,
Mm-hmm.
I will probably go to a seafood restaurant.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be door dashing that stuff
No.
and bringing it into my house. And that's kind of where I kind of look at things, and I'm going to make this make sense. I'm going to come full circle, trust me. Because I think we as Americans think things have to be overly complicated when they just don't.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with
You
that.
know, and I learned that
That's from a society that doesn't have problems.
right. Well,
Or let me rephrase, that have it too easy. Because I
Part
feel
of me-
like we create problems that don't need to be there because we don't really quote unquote. Now, I'm not saying people don't struggle and have problems,
right.
but for majority of people in America,
Mm-hmm.
like they have food, they have now again, this is a very broad sweeping generalization. I know there are people out there that fortunately don't have certain basic needs met. So I'm not talking about that, but living in Utah, it's a pretty sheltered bubble.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like I feel like a lot of people create problems because they don't really have real problems.
Correct. I would agree with you on that, 100%.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and the reason why I say that is because when we overcomplicate things, I wonder if it is a cultural thing here that we have that in order for something to be super good, it has to be complicated.
Yeah.
And it has to be hard. And it has to be this difficult struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a cultural thing. I mean, like, and it's funny because it's like a double-edged sword. If you wanted to go out and like, I want to buy a Ferrari, it's like, oh, you're going to struggle, and you're gonna work hard, and you're gonna put in all these hours, and you're gonna make sacrifice to get the awesome Ferrari that you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that goes with everything that we do here in America. But and this is why I say it's a double-edged sword, because you're told that, and if you want the big house and everything else, you struggle and everything else until you get there, and then everybody else looks at you and says, "Oh, it was all given to you. It came so easy." Blah blah blah. That's the double-edged sword of it.
Yeah.
But we have that culture in almost everything that we do. You want to get good at martial arts, there's a struggle. You want to get good at any musical instrument, oh, it's a struggle. You want to get good at school, oh, it's a struggle. You want to get okay, you're gonna have to work hard, but does that mean you have to overly complicate the process?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to overly. I mean, work hard at it, but you don't have to overly complicate it. And when I was in Italy, eating the Italian food, and I would ask they call them the pasta grandmas, like, how do you make this? And they would just look at me as if I was from Mars. Like, what do you mean? How do you make this? Like, it's easy. And one of my favorite dishes that I ever had, it is so, like, two of my favorite dishes. They're so ridiculously simple. They're like 3 ingredients and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the flavor punches you in the face and you're just like, what the heck? Why? Why are we making things so complicated?
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites is this one called aglio olio peperoncino, which is olive oil, garlic, and red pepper flakes. And you put the olive oil in a pan, heat it up. You put the red pepper flakes in there and kind of get them going so that they toast a little bit. And you put the garlic in there so that it lightly toasts. And the whole time you're doing that, you're boiling angel hair spaghetti, so very, very fine spaghetti. Pull the spaghetti out, mix it with that oil concoction now. Serve it with Parmesan cheese on top. Done.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's just like with carbonara.
Oh, right. It is stupid simple.
Yeah.
Pancetta, eggs,
And pasta.
And that's it.
Well, and the cheese, I guess you could say.
Well, the other one, the Roman one, cacio e pepe.
Yeah.
Stupid simple. Then my other favorite was this fresh pasta that we had. So you make kind of like the same type of spaghetti again, but you don't even cook the sauce on this one. It's like garden fresh tomatoes, basil, garlic, salt, olive oil. You dice those up, put the garlic in there, put the olive oil in there, toss it, and you let that just sit on the counter for like a half hour and just let the flavors just kind of marinate with each other.
Interesting.
Then you make your pasta, and then you toss that all together. You put fresh basil on top. Dude, it is amazing. And I'm like, why? Oh, like, well, okay, show me a pasta sauce, like red sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what do you mean red sauce? Like, show me like the red sauce. Like, you've got the onions, you've got the garlic, you've got this, you've got all these spices. And they're like, what are you talking? No. It's these 3 ingredients, and that's it. And you're like, well, what are we doing in America? Well, like, why are we making it this hard?
Yeah.
You know, no, it doesn't have to be this hard. And sometimes I wonder, because I think about this a lot especially when I'm cooking, because I'm like, this isn't that hard. If there's some gatekeeping on that, and when I say that, I mean like people want you to think it's hard.
Yeah, I definitely think there's that. And automatically in my head, when people talk about quote unquote how hard things are or how difficult it is, they want you to feel justified for either what they're charging or make them feel more, I guess you could say, special.
Yeah.
Be
right.
Oh God, man, this must have been super hard. Yeah, oh God, it so was. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Oh, it was so hard. And
do you remember the old Rice Krispie commercial? The Rice Krispie treat commercial?
Probably.
Where the mom is in there and she makes the Rice Krispie treats and she's like, and it was so easy that she had to like take flour and kind of like throw it in her face.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It looked like she just slaved all day on these Rice Krispie treats. It's melted butter, marshmallows in a pot that you stir together until it's all melted, and then you add Rice Krispies and put in a pan.
Yeah.
Like, it is the easiest thing on the planet. But again, kind of going back to that, like, I worked so hard on this.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's not that hard.
No, it's funny because it was the same thing with like the food at the 5-year dinner. Like, did it take a long time? Yeah, but it wasn't like I was standing over a stove stirring for 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there's like maybe an hour or two of prep and like stuff during it. But then the most part, you just left it out in the smoker and checked the temperature.
Yeah.
Like, and then you take it off, you let it cool, like with the chicken.
You let it rest.
You let it cool down. Then you shred it. Put it in the serving tray, and then off you go.
Done.
With the ribs were a little bit more involved, but not by that much.
Not by that, yeah. It's not
but
by
it's
a lot.
Like, did it take a long time? Yeah, but it's not like I'm laying gravel or roofing. It's not like it's quote unquote
pouring concrete.
That
you
hard
know, it's
work.
like I gotta bust out the rebar and then we gotta tie it together. And then I gotta put the stand so it holds it up. And then...
Exactly. So it's like, did it take time? Yeah, it took time, but that's okay. Time was going to pass regardless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like when things like are really good and people make it overcomplicated, they want to feel more justification or they want to feel more important.
I would agree with that.
And it's like,
really, I would.
No, dude, relax. It's like, no, I'm not discrediting your work. That's the thing that people need to realize. It's like by saying something was easy is not discrediting the knowledge and the expertise you have to get to make it look easy too.
See, and I think that really comes down to skill set and how many times you've done it.
Exactly. Because
You know?
it's like anytime somebody can do something and make it look easy, you know they're extremely skilled.
Yeah.
Because you're like, anytime, like when you watch athletics.
Oh my gosh.
And you watch somebody do something, you're like, oh, frick, I could do that. And then you go out and try to do it and you're like, I can't do that. You know, same thing like when you watch a martial artist or like when you watch a movie, you're like, hell, I could do that. And then you try to do it and you're like, I really can't do that.
I suck at life.
Yeah. Like when you watch Brent or Philip do something, you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Like sure, I just watched him. I know how to do martial arts. I could do that. And then you try to do it. You're like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, right. Or you think you look like it, but then you look at the replay and you're like, oh my gosh, who is that loser? And they're like, dude, that's you. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Then you're like, God, I really look like that. Yeah. So it's like, it's okay to be like, yeah, I am skilled, but this isn't that. You can do it too.
Right. It just takes time.
If you put in the reps.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's just repetition or time. It's just time.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time with it. That's all.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah. And I think like, I don't know, like I've always, and this is a personal bend for me. I think I've just always really, once I figured out that you can make food that is amazing and sky's the limit, really. Like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've tried that I realized I will never make that again.
Yeah.
Why? Because quite literally the process is so complicated. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's not fun or it's not enjoyable. And when you eat it, you're like, I don't even want to eat it because this took
way too long.
Yeah. Way too long and way too much effort.
Like, I mean, there's certain pastry things that I won't do.
Yeah.
You know, I will not laminate my own pastry dough. I will not make, you know, croissants. I've tried and I've made them successfully. I made the French macaron cookies, right? That was such a process.
Like, I don't want to do that
and
anymore.
I don't want to do that ever again.
Yeah.
But then again, like on the flip side, there are things that I made that I was like, dude, that was really kind of fun. And like you said, that really didn't take me that long.
It's like the first time you did it was kind of a mess because you're figuring it out.
And it's the first time.
Yeah.
And it should.
It was funny because this has nothing to do with cooking, but we put up new blinds in our room the other weekend. The first set of blinds we put up, oh my God, it took like forever. Like 45 minutes. Yes. And it was something that should have been 10 minutes. But then when we put up the second set of blinds, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. You're like, what the hell? Because at that point, you already worked out all the problems.
Right.
And then the next time you do it, you're like, oh, don't do this. Do it this way this time. Do it this way. And then everything went up super smooth. Same thing with cooking.
Yes.
First time you cook, you're like doing all these mistakes. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, oh God, I can't do that again. Or if I did it this way, it would have done, saved me time or this and that. And then the next time you do it, it's better.
Right.
Then the next time you do it, it gets better. Right. Then the next time you do it, it gets even better.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like everybody always like, Tyler, man, he always wants me to make these jalapeno poppers.
They are good.
Oh, man.
They are good.
They are way good. And he doesn't really handle spice very well, and neither does my family, and they all love them. Okay. Again, jalapeno poppers.
Hold on. Mark, your last name is...
Hey, I can handle spice well.
Well, I know, but your last name is...
Yeah, it's Diaz. Yeah.
And Tyler also has some south of the border persuasion as well?
No, he's all Irish.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's all Irish. If he does, it's like 1%. That 1% is hiding. Yeah, he does not handle spice very well.
We got our ass kicked after the Alamo, and so I just stayed out here, man.
Yeah, but the way that I make them, they're not hot. They are not spicy at all.
So you get that, because I do think the flavor of a jalapeno pepper is really awesome. I really do like that. So you get the flavor of that. Is there any spice to it at all or anything else? Or
I don't feel like there's any. The fact that Shanna can handle it and Maya can handle it.
Really?
Yeah, because I cut them in half and then you scrape out the seeds and membrane.
And I have done that before, and I've still had some that I've run across that are spicy.
No, I have not had a spicy one, and maybe the cream cheese like nullifies it.
I could,
but I have never had a like. I mean, I could make them spicy, but the fact that they're a jalapeno pepper, and they're not like burning your face off a little bit. I mean, they don't really burn your face off, but it's.
So speaking of which, so there was They had frozen ones at Costco. This was years ago. And I was like, someone suggested them. They're really good. I'm like, I like jalapeno poppers. They're great. I'm gonna get them. Popped them in the oven. Everything else. We had them laid out, and Cicely was like, because Cicely likes stuff that's kind of like that, so she took a bite of it. No joke. Started crying. Everything else. It burns. It's hot. Whatever. I'm like, well, is it hot like temperature wise? No, it's hot spicy. I was like, can't be that bad, because I remember having them somewhere.
Yeah.
And they weren't spicy at all. Dude, I took a bite of this one. I don't think it was. It probably looked like a jalapeno pepper. It was not a jalapeno pepper.
That's like Maya. We went to Rodizio a month or so ago.
Yeah.
And they had bacon wrapped jalapenos.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I want to get one because she's thinking mine. She bit into it. These ones aren't like yours. Because they were whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were whole.
Had everything in there.
Yeah.
The only thing was different is there's bacon wrapped around it and they grilled it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the other thing that's really awesome about that, again, going back to, you know, the fresh jalapeno poppers that you make, is that you're buying fresh jalapenos.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever you're doing to that is going to have the texture and consistency of a fresh product.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't care what you say, anytime you freeze something, it's not going to be the same coming out the other end.
No.
You know, when you unthaw it and everything else. And that's, and again, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal.
No, I agree.
You know, kind of making full circle back and around. I mean, with these freaking, like, you know, it took, what did it take to finally get to the point where, you know, these companies that have to sell this product like it is in other countries, like the Naked Cheetos, Naked Doritos, and everything else, they have to sell it like that in those other countries because they don't allow artificial food dyes and everything else. But we do here.
But why do they just continue to do it here?
Why do we do it here? Like, we don't need to do this here. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? And don't give me that song and dance bullcrap story that, well, it's more expensive and everything else. Then guess what? Then it would be more expensive to buy that in the other country, but it's not.
Yeah. No,
so why?
I don't know. It's a good question.
You know, it's one of those things that really irritates me and really frustrates the hell out of me because I look at it by way of a big question mark. Not that there's a food conspiracy theory and everything else, but in the immortal words of George Carlin, you don't need an actual conspiracy theory when like interests converge.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason why it's either a money thing or it's either because it is just that much more flashy and presentable in a bowl when you like pour your Trix cereal and you've got like, you know, yellow number 5 and, you know, red 7 and all that other stuff that's in there to make it all flashy and everything else.
Yeah.
To make kids eat it. Which, let's all be honest, breakfast cereal is basically just glorified sugar that you're giving kids.
Yeah.
You know, there's one pediatric endocrinologist that I listen to, and someone was saying, like, well, you know, what about, like, fruit juice and stuff? Like, what about orange juice? He says, okay, why don't you just give the kid a shot of whiskey? And we're like, well, that's alcohol. He says, it's going to have the same effect, except he won't get drunk. Like, what? He's like, yeah. He says, what you are giving that kid is going to affect his liver and everything else the exact same way that a shot of whiskey will. I'm sorry. He says, that's the data. And so, like, here we are, like, feeding, we're setting up generations to fail.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, come at me. I don't care. We are the fattest generation than this nation has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a good fat.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm fat because now I have enough to eat and everybody else is like malnourished and, you know, starving. No. Like, what is it now? Like 75% of kids now are overweight, you know, and this whole body fat positivity movement and everything else.
Well, it got hijacked to where, like, body positivity, it used to mean be happy with yourself, but don't be satisfied with where you're at. It's like you can be different and still be beautiful, but that doesn't mean be unhealthy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it's one of those things. It's like, yes, love who you are.
Yeah.
Love all your defects, love all your quirks,
all the flaws, all the quirks, everything.
everything. But if you're unhealthy, don't love being unhealthy.
Right.
It's just, but love who you are.
Yeah.
If you're taller or slightly bigger, like, be confident, but also know that everybody's got stuff they got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether if they're fit, they still got stuff to work on.
Yeah.
If they're overweight, they still got stuff to work on. Doesn't matter. And like, everybody struggles with something.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. And it's one of those things to where everybody assumes because if you're overweight, you're a quote unquote bad person or you make bad decisions. That's why they're like, oh, be happy with yourself. It's like, no, you can be a good person and overweight, but that doesn't mean you have to still be overweight.
Yeah.
So,
well, and again, I think that we're overcomplicating things, and everybody's just like, no, it's totally okay. Like, you're fat, that's okay. And it's like, okay, you being fat has nothing to do with you as a person.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just
however,
you have more calories.
it's like
burn.
yeah, and I there's a lot of fitness people and bodybuilding guys that I listen to, and even my coach, they're like, a lot of people say like, oh, my metabolism is slowing down, that's why I gained weight. And they're like, no, your metabolism is actually doing exactly what it's supposed to. You're just eating more calories and your metabolism knows what to do with, and so it does a really good job at packing it on you.
Yeah.
So your metabolism was working exactly like it's supposed to.
And it's okay to just be like, I eat more than I should.
Yeah. But again,
doesn't make you a bad person. Just means you ate more than you should.
And trust me, I'm there.
Yeah.
Like we're all there.
Yeah, we're all there.
And but here's the thing. To come out and say, but I'm fat and that's okay. It's like, you do realize that's going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
No, it won't. Yes, it will. It's a lot like, people who, take too much Tylenol or like, try to overdose on Tylenol.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Tylenol will kill you.
Yeah, everything will if you do it too much.
You take a lot of Tylenol, you're kind of in a dark place and everything else. Do you want to check out of the game of life and you want to do Tylenol? It will kill you. Not now. It'll kill you in about 6 to 8 months when your liver actually fails.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be painful and miserable and everything else. Like, I love my mom. She's great. Fantastic woman. I think I attribute a lot of my desire to learn how to cook and everything else to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she always cooked homemade meals and stuff like that. And granted, a lot of it was like, she learned a lot of stuff in the 60s and 70s, and then I was born in, late 70s, and that was late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of casserole type stuff,
yeah,
but still, like, everything that we had was like homemade and everything. Like, again, really good cook, but she was overweight her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that was because she was sedentary. She didn't move a lot, and she made a lot of amazingly high fatty foods. And she has had both knees replaced. She's had one hip replaced. She's got like failing discs in her back and everything else. She can't hardly move. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you haven't moved your entire life and you've been carrying an additional 100 to 150 pounds of weight on your body frame for 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you expect was going to happen?
Yeah.
It's a lot like, and I think, kind of like mirroring the same thing. I think a lot of times we look at martial arts and say like, oh, it's great for longevity. And if you do it in a certain way, it can be.
It does have like aspects of it that can prolong. But if you're like grinding and like jumping and flipping and sparring
and like heavy impact all the time,
it can damage you.
It'll damage. Like, and again, like, I think, and I think you and I would both agree on this, that we've had the awesome, like, whatever martial art business side of the fence you want to sit on.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of opportunities to work out with like some phenomenal people.
Yeah.
Phenomenal people.
Yep.
And we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And now we look at people, how they're moving.
Some of them still, it's crazy because some of them move phenomenal.
Yeah.
and some of them barely move.
You can see that again, like we talked about, like that sharp snapping movement and everything else has taken its toll on the soft tissues.
It goes away too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I look at people like, Charlie started to move really bad, late into his career. Jack still moves fairly well, but he's got, back and hip problems.
Well, and that's the thing. And you can tell when his back feels good.
Yeah.
He does really well. And when it's not, like, my heart breaks for him because it's like, dude, like, that's got to be really hard mentally.
Yeah. And then you look at people like Larry Tatum. He still moves pretty well.
My gosh.
And then you look
I don't
at
think
like
he's human.
Dave Linton.
Yeah.
He still moves really well.
Again,
they're probably not very human.
They're not human.
But then you look at like other masters that we've met and seen, and it's like 10, 20 years ago, you're like, holy hell, they are phenomenal. Now you look at them and you're like,
yeah,
are you okay?
Yeah.
And it's like age does that to you. I mean, they're up in their 60s and 70s. So it's like how you train and the intensity that you train at will really determine that. But I mean, the fact that you're moving, you're stretching, your limbs are moving.
100%. Like,
that's exactly what you're needing.
Yeah. The mobility and stuff like that.
But let's keep this show rolling. Let's move on to our Liam's Facts. All right. Last week's episode was what was the most winning coach in NCAA men's basketball history? The answer to that was Coach K, or Mike Krzyzewski. He had a grand total of 1,202 wins. So good job, Coach K. All right, this week's episode. What is the real name of the Pillsbury Doughboy?
He has a name?
He has a name. What is the name of the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Is it
No, it is not. That's Michael Jackson. Exactly. But all right, leave us your answer in the comments down below or email us at TruTalkTuesdays@gmail.com. And let's see if you're right. But moving on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TruMotion in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex it, wear it proud. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TruMotion merch shop is what it's all about.
Yeah, you got everything packed up? Yeah. Did you find your the Paperman t-shirt in that basket of laundry that I did for you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Say hi, Cicely. You're on the podcast. Wee!
I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
You're going to be famous.
By tens of people.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, do you want to tell everybody your awesome news that you told me yesterday?
I want to hear.
I got in the play.
What? What part?
The audition is for getting into the class, and then we have to go to camp over the summer. that decides what you'll play.
Dang, good for you. Look at you, you little drama queen. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm just calling to make sure that you're up and moving before you go for your. This is the state championship for color guard for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck today.
Thanks.
I just want to make sure you got everything ready to go before Cammy comes and picks you up, okay?
Okay.
Did you get your bag so you
Love
can get all your
you.
hair done and everything else? I love you too. You're awesome.
Thanks.
Okay.
Mom's gonna do my hair at Evan's house.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when we get to the area, Kate's gonna do my makeup.
Oh, I love Kate. She's awesome.
She's
Cool. All right. Well, I will talk to you later, okay, baby girl?
okay.
All right. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
Well,
Best.
thank you, sponsor.
Kids
Thank
are
you,
the best.
Cicely. So I take it you're going to be going to color guard, huh?
It is the final competition.
Where's that at?
And it is in Heber.
Oh, of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of
course it is.
What time does that start?
So we're gonna pack up and leave so we can get down there and probably have lunch
Yeah.
at Heber. So we'll leave at like 1, ish.
Leave your house at 1?
Yeah. So that
Oh.
means it'll put us there at like 2:30 ish.
So does the competition start like at 5?
It starts at like 4.
Wow, that's late.
And so yeah, so they have like different categories and everything else as they
Okay.
go through the day. So you're going to have your younger categories that'll start in the morning, and then it'll go to like the junior high category and everything else. Well, Centennial didn't have enough people to have their own color guard because it would have been like 4 kids,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 kids. And so what the coach did is the head coach for Farmington saw that and was like, hey, this is actually going to help us and it's going to help you, but you as the coach of Centennial has to be okay with like merging with us.
Yeah.
And she didn't even hesitate. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in. And she's like, well, we haven't even told you what we're going to do for the program. She's like, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
She says, because I know, like we've worked together a lot and everything else. This is going to be great for the for the girls,
Mm-hmm.
great for, your guys' team and them. It's going to build up. They're going to be able to learn faster because they're around other people who have higher skill sets. So it's going to push them to be better. Like this is a win-win. Like it's a no-brainer.
There you go. Well, good luck, Cicely.
So
Can't wait to hear about it next week.
yeah.
We'll move on to our top 5.
Top 5.
All right, this week's top 5, we got top 5 cheeses.
Oh, are we ready for this? I
Yeah.
love it.
The cheese is great.
You threw this one out there. I was like, oh man, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, so what do you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna put this one like kind of in the bottom. Like you guys know me. I don't really like have a top 5.
Yeah.
Like necessarily,
Like,
but it's like
this one's a number 1.
This number 1.
This one's number
Okay.
2.
Now, I do like Tillamook cheese. I think
Yeah.
especially here on the west side, Tillamook cheese is amazing.
Yeah.
So I do like the sharp cheddar Tillamook, the one that's in the red package, not the extra sharp one, but just the.
I like extra sharp stuff.
Yeah. So that one's super good,
Mm-hmm.
super good. The next one, which is like that one's good, but then like it's the next level up is Dubliner,
Yes.
which is an Irish cheddar, and it's a drier type
Oh,
of
yeah.
cheddar
No, I
cheese.
love Dubliner.
And oh my gosh, that like sliced with like a really good, salami
Mm-hmm.
from. So I have an old neighbor of mine worked for a company called Creminelli,
Okay.
and I shouldn't say he worked. He still works for him. And when I first met him like 9 years ago, first thing he said came to me. He's like, "Hey, hi, nice, yeah, you're in the neighborhood. Everything else. Do you like salami?" First thing,
Yeah.
how often do you run into like a conversation where it's like,
Do you like salami?
"Do you like salami?
Do you like tubular meats?
Would you like my meat in your mouth?" So I was like, "Duh, who doesn't like salami?" And he's like, "You'd be surprised." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
Unfortunately, there are people.
But he would like give me salami and stuff like that every once in a while, and I'm just like, this is amazing. It
Yeah.
is flat out awesome. So having Dubliner with that creminelli salami and stuff like that, like on a cracker or something like that, is just awesome.
Yeah.
You want to make a really good like grilled cheese sandwich. You get some of the Tillamook cheddar cheese and the Dubliner in there, and then you just kind of like flip flop that the sandwich back and forth until it's like sorry, I'm having like Princess Bride when that mutton is nice and lean.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
you do that until like it's nice and gooey, and oh dude, it's the best.
Yep.
It is the best.
Okay. What else you got?
Okay. Pecorino Romano, which is another one. Okay. And I'm more of a fan of like the dry, hard cheeses.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I really do like it's, salted, sheep's cheese. It is awesome. Parmigiano Reggiano. And if you can get it in like a 24-month age, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Like it has flavors and stuff like that. And then one that I just can't find here, like I had it when I was in Italy, I absolutely loved it, was this one that was called Caciocavallo. And it was another, I want to say that one was like a goat. Was that a goat cheese? Salted dried goat cheese or something like that. And oh my gosh, it was just phenomenal. And of course, I'll throw blue cheese in there too, because I love Roquefort. I love blue cheese, Stilton, that type
Blue
of
cheese
stuff.
is great.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, those are my cheeses.
Okay.
Like I always have those at my house, at all times.
Yeah.
At all times.
Okay. So a lot of those are what I've got too, like Dubliner.
Yes.
The Dubliner Reserve.
Okay, where do you get that?
Smith's.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
Dubliner Reserve.
Dubliner Reserve.
Because I generally just get the block of Dubliner from like Costco
Yeah.
in the yellow package.
Yeah. No, go
Okay.
to like the grocery store. It'll be obviously like just this little block.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
Dubliner Reserve is really good. Because, you can taste those like crystals in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's so good.
Oh.
Yeah. A good old parm. Because it's so versatile.
Yeah.
Like, I love putting like Parmesan cheese on corn.
Oh, yeah.
So you just take corn, put
Mm-hmm.
some butter in it, and then sprinkle Parmesan in it and toss it.
Yep.
So good. Something that I can't find here in Utah, and if I bought it, they could ship it to you like 2-day,
Right.
but it's like $50. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I want it that bad. It's a Cooper Sharp cheese. Yes, it's real big on the East Coast.
I was about to say, is it like the
Yeah.
white cheese?
They have white and yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, and it melts really well. It's got an amazing taste, but Cooper Sharp, super good. Blue cheese, obviously, like blue cheese crumbles on
Right.
steaks.
Yep.
Blue cheese dressing. Yeah,
Blue cheese dip for like wings and
Yeah.
like carrot sticks, stuff like that.
I love blue cheese. And then probably one of my favorites, probably just because of how versatile it is, cream cheese.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. So there's a lot of things that I, look at like Italian cuisine and I'm like, oh man, like we, they do food so much better than we do because it's very fresh. It's very like preservative free and everything
Mhm.
else. Do you know what they absolutely love? Cream cheese.
Exactly.
Cream cheese, and they use it for like all
Everything.
sorts of stuff. And I'm like,
Cream cheese is awesome. It's one of the most versatile
Okay.
cheeses you can get.
but no, it is, and was it every plate that we did for a while? Yeah, every plate, and every once in a while, like for like a red sauce, it would be like a creamy red sauce and stuff like that. Instead of making like an actual bechamel, which is one of the mother sauces, FYI. They would take cream cheese and put into the red sauce to cream it up just a little bit.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, I'm done.
Cream cheese
I'm
is
done.
awesome, dude. Like, I will always have cream cheese in my fridge
Yeah.
because you can use it for anything.
Oh, well, and I've made that some people call it like the dirty dip, where it's the I'm gonna totally I'm having an Alzheimer moment. Give me a minute. You got to watch this in live time. Rotel tomatoes, Jimmy Dean sausage, and it's just like the regular sausage, and then you cook up the sausage, throw in the can of Rotel tomatoes, and then you put like a brick of cream cheese in there.
Oh yeah,
and melt that down, and then eat that with chips.
yeah, dude. Cream
It's
cheese.
like-
Argue with me. Try to argue with me and tell me cream cheese isn't
Fight me.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight me. Do you know how many freaking cheesecake wouldn't be a thing without cream cheese?
Exactly, and that's that's the best dessert ever. So, but let's move on.
Well,
or
so,
we'll
so
just-
what's the better part? I'm gonna totally commandeer this podcast. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about food all day.
Yeah,
You said food, and
exactly.
I'm like,
Yep.
I'm locked in.
Yep. But let's move on to our Ask a Sensei. All right, this week's we've got cooking terms.
Bring it. I will.
Okay.
I
Some
will
of
be
them are
totally disappointed if I fail.
some of them are pretty obviously easy, but some people may not know. But al dente.
Means to the tooth.
Yep. To the tooth. It's soft.
Soft, yet there's a bite.
Yep.
Yep.
Based.
Based is a waste of time.
Blasphemy. If you're cooking a steak, you have to baste.
Based is taking whatever cooking medium that you're using to cook whatever it is in, and then you're tossing it back up on top of the food item. Yeah.
Yep. Blanch.
Blanching actually is really awesome. So blanching is taking your vegetables or fruit or whatever, and then putting it in boiling hot water, and then immediately bringing it out and cooling it down.
Yep. Braise.
Braise is a really cool way to cook tough cuts of meat, like chuck or anything else, because you take it and you cook it, and you don't totally submerge the meat in it, but it's in a sealed pot, and you're basically slow boiling it.
Yeah, it's
With the flavor.
combining searing at high heat and then slow
And then
cooking it.
Slow cooking it with a liquid
Yeah.
medium. Mm-hmm.
Broil.
Broil is you've got the hot burner on top. Another question, I don't know if you have this on there. What is the name of the restaurant device that they use in the restaurant to do a high temp boil?
I know.
High temp broil.
It's a salamander.
Salamander. Yeah.
I watch way too many cooking shows.
Those things. Yeah.
I wish I had one.
There's a couple of tools. I'm like, if I could.
I want a salamander.
Dude, hell yeah.
Caramelize.
Or also known as the what reaction?
Oh. I've lost
The
it.
Maillard reaction.
Now,
Yeah, which means to cook the sugars.
to cook the sugars, exactly.
Yep.
Deglaze.
Oh, so good. So whenever you're again, high heat,
Whenever you're
high heat
searing.
saute, searing, whatever, you'll get the wonderful little bits on the bottom of the pan, and you take, again, another liquid medium. I say that just because you could use broth, you could use wine, you could use just straight up water if you wanted to.
Oil, fats, whatever.
Anything that's going to be a liquid to wash that, to break that up, and then it basically takes that, all those bits and suspends it in that liquid. And, it's so good.
Yep. Reduce.
Is to make smaller
Yeah, so if it's a real runny sauce,
you just cook it longer
and it reduces and it becomes thicker.
Yep.
Poach.
Poach is a little bit like blanching, except you cook it in the water longer until it's fully cooked.
Pan fry.
Pan fry is exactly like the word says. Whatever it is, you stick it in the pan and you fry it.
So it's not
It's not fully
deep
submerged
fried.
in deep fry is the fully submerged fry, and then the pan fry is just
saute.
saute, which is it's not similar to pan frying because there's not that much oil in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you take your whatever it is you're cooking, put it in the pan with a little bit of cooking oil, and cook it over medium-high heat.
Yep.
Until done.
Sear.
Searing. High heat, not a lot of fat. I mean, you can have a lot of fat. Stick it on until you get a nice Maillard, and you can tell when you're done when the meat fully pulls away from a non-stick pan. Or from a stainless steel.
The brown surface on the meat.
Yep.
Quickly at high heat. Simmer.
Simmer is a almost boil, but not.
Yeah, like a rolling boil.
Yeah.
Steam.
Steam. Steaming is where you take the the item that you want to cook, and use the steam, because steam can get at a higher temperature than boiling water will.
Yeah.
And you're not waterlogging whatever it is with the water.
Sweat.
Sweating. Sweating is when you want to cook something but not saute it or brown it. And
Yeah,
so generally it's
gently cooking.
Gently cooking it.
Yeah.
With onions, you would add a little bit of salt so you could get it to release the fluid on the inside.
Chop.
To cut.
Yeah. Rough pieces.
Yep.
Dice.
Dice is generally like small little cubes.
Smaller pieces. Fold.
Sorry. You ever watch Schitt's Creek?
No.
Okay. This time in there, and the son is making this recipe that his mom always made, but they're super rich people that lost everything because their tax person like embezzled all the money, and so the FBI, or say the IRS, came in and confiscated all their stuff. So they're like basically living in squalor. It's really funny. And they're sitting there. Catherine O'Hara is the mom.
Okay.
She's like, and then you fold it in. And this is like, what do you mean fold it in? What do I fold in, Mom? I don't know. It just says you fold it in. It's like, you made this all the time, Mom. I don't know. You just fold it in.
Just fold it in.
So, yes, instead of like stirring and mixing, you take the bottom, bring it up to the top, and you keep doing that until
Looks like you're folding it.
Yeah, looks like you're folding it.
Mince.
Mince is also another way of saying a grind.
Yeah, extremely small, fine pieces.
Yep.
Zest.
Zest is on the what you take from the outside of citrus to add flavor, and you don't want to get to the pith, which is the white part. Stay away from the white part.
White part. Pinch.
Pinch is a line from a really good Honda commercial with a crab. A pinch. A pinch. So it's just, literally just you take a pinch of whatever and toss it in there.
Yeah. Dash.
A dash is same thing, but you've got like a container that has holes in the top and one dash.
Yeah, they usually equate it to less than an eighth of a teaspoon.
Right.
So
it's the most like inaccurate way of saying anything, in my opinion. Take a pinch of this, a dash of that, and I'm like,
that just means add whatever.
That means
you want.
what?
That means add whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Salt Bay that puppy and call it
There you
a
go.
day.
Those are the cooking terms for the week. Let us know. And we didn't even get into like the styles of cooking.
Right. We didn't
So
even
there
get
could
like
be-
French, like we didn't like ask you like what is a plongeon?
Speaking of
What is
making things complicated, we won't even get into that. But French cooking, I mean, is it good? Yeah, it's good. But it's like, really, do we need to take 18 steps to do this?
Right. Well, and again, I think it's one of those things that there's a lot of, sometimes you have to swing that door so far to really realize like, I don't have to go this far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
All right, let's move on to our next question. Question number 2.
on that note,
Okay.
what is your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, it kind of depends on like the season, to be honest with you.
That was weird.
What?
Oh, we lost your camera there for like a second.
There
You'll
we
see it
go.
on the, you'll see it on
I have no idea.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it depends on the season. Like, summertime, like getting out and grilling stuff. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Picnic, barbecue style. When it gets colder, obviously like chili. Like I love, cooking chili in the crock pot. But really it's like I don't have like one particular thing where it's like, oh God, I love to cook that. It's really like what my family will eat. So I was talking with Shanna about this yesterday, not even about the episode. We just started talking about stuff, and God, she has got so many like weird food evasions and like
Really?
Oh yeah. And she's like, I never thought I was a picky eater until I start talking about it. And then she's like, I'm kind of a picky eater. And I'm like, yeah, you are. And I was like, I thought I was broadening your culinary palate, and apparently not. And I have, because when we first started seeing each other, she would like burn her steaks. Yeah.
Oh no.
And I was all like, that's a red flag if I've ever seen one. But
right?
now she doesn't. Now she cooks it at like medium, and which is still kind of overdone. But she was like, if she saw any pink, it was like it was not cooked well enough. And I was like, that's jerky
Oh
at that
my
point.
gosh.
Yeah. But she's evolved. No, we were talking and I made her a sandwich for lunch, and she didn't want it because we didn't have pickles. And I was like, so you're not going to eat the sandwich because it doesn't have pickles? And she goes, yeah, I know I'm not going to eat it because it's too mushy. Like all the textures just mushed together.
way.
And I was like, because the bread's too soft, and then the cheese, and then like the thin meats.
Right.
So she's like, it's all just mushy and it's a texture thing, I guess. And I was like, well, why don't we toast the bread? Well, then the breadcrumbs get all over me, and I'm like, oh, what? So I took the sandwich.
Mark.
So we went through this
Bless your
whole
heart.
thing. Yeah, we went through this whole thing last night of like, she's like, and I don't know where they came from. She's like, I don't know why, but she's all like, she has to have texture with her food.
Right.
Because
right.
and I think it was because I told her what I was making for dinner Sunday, because her and Maya are going out to lunch with some family for their book club. They have a book club every month, and they're like, well, why, like you could come. I was like, no, I'll stay home. Like I don't want to listen to your smutty, trashy books like
Right.
with you ladies. And it's like, I'll just make food, and you know, if you guys want to have someone you get home, you can.
Right.
And I'm gonna make smoked buffalo ranch chicken mac and cheese. And she's like, ah. And I was like, what's wrong with that? And she goes, last time the noodles were too mushy. It was gross. And I was like, because I think I baked it after.
Oh.
So I boiled the noodles, made the sauce, put the chicken in, and then put it back in the smoker. And
yeah,
she's
that
like,
can happen.
It made the noodles too mushy.
Right.
And I was all like, really? Like, that's the reason? She goes, yeah, it's the text. And then that's when we kind of fell down that rabbit hole of.
Wow.
And apparently when I pulled the chicken, like, I would used to pull everything. Like sometimes tendons would get in there. I wouldn't like scrape them off, and she won't eat it if there's that stuff with it.
Really?
Yeah. Like if it's on the bone, like that's got to be the only thing available to eat, or she won't eat it.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jamin's, it rubbed off on Jamin. Jamin's got all these like weird food things also too.
Jeez.
Thank God Maya has grown her culinary palate.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's. Oh, dude, I feel for you. Because that was one thing. So when my kids were, before my kids were born, you know, and Erin was pregnant, I was like, okay, there's one thing that I'm just not gonna do, because I don't think it's, you know, thinking about it psychologically,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's fair to kids, and it's literally like I kind of think it's cruel, you know, and it's totally one-sided humor, where you're gonna give a kid something like, here, eat this, it's good, and it's totally disgusting.
Yeah.
Just to see the look on their face.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like you're training that child that no matter what you say, it's gonna be disgusting. You know, oh, this is really good. Yeah, I remember the last time you told me that, Mom. You know,
Liar.
It was absolutely disgusting. Well, and like, dude, I was joking. Do you think like a 6-month-old is gonna understand the fact that you were joking?
Yeah.
No, they're not gonna know anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got 4-year-old is gonna figure that out. No,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, and so I never did that. And so if the food that I was eating was strange, but it was really good, you know, it was a kind of a good thing to be like, to kind of build that trust up with my
Yeah.
kids and just be like, oh my gosh, this is super good. Because then they would try stuff and be like, oh, it kind of looks weird. Or like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's really tasty. I really like it.
Yeah.
Like, really? Yeah. Like, do you want to take a taste of it? Do you want to have a bite of this? Yeah, I'll try it. And been able to like feed my kids a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that other kids just don't eat,
Mhm.
you know? And I think that's been really kind of fortunate for me, because my kids will eat almost anything.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think that there's certain things that I've made a lot of and they're kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
And so when I say there's, not things that they wouldn't eat,
They'd rather eat something
they'd
else.
rather eat something else.
Yeah. No.
Like my son loves it's kind of funny because it's simple, but he loves stir fried rice, and so I would make stir fried rice all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of different Chinese dishes and stuff like that I would make, like a broccoli beef stir fry and sweet and sour chicken, that type of stuff. And Cicely one day just said, "Dad," I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "Can we not have fried rice?" I was like, "You don't like my fried rice?" She's like, "No, I'm not saying that your fried rice is bad. I'm just tired of having fried rice."
Yeah.
I was like, fair.
Okay.
Fair.
You're right.
What would you like?
Yeah.
What would you like? She's like, "Can we just have pasta?" I'm like, "Done."
Yeah.
But that's one thing. I made, I think one of if I were to answer that same question, I do love smoking meats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But pasta dishes and stuff are my jam.
Yeah.
I love that. Whether it's a red sauce or, there's one that I make that is with sweet Italian sausage, tomato puree, white wine, and you cook that all together, and then you serve it over orecchietti, which are little ears. And dude, my kids devour that. That's a freaking great meal. But yeah, and again, I've been very, very fortunate that, my ex, when I would cook for her, she'd just she never grew up with food like that, and she's like, "Oh my God," that was the one thing she did tell me.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you gonna miss anything about this relationship?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll miss the food you make." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you too."
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of the food and stuff that I make now, for Cammie and her daughter, so Cammie actually has celiac, and so
just can't have wheat.
Can't have wheat, and so
Can't have
I'm
happiness.
No joke.
Because wheat is in damn near everything.
It is. Well, and here's a crazy thing. I didn't know this, but small aside, so she bought a whole bunch. It was Ashlyn's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ash. And so she had a party and stuff like that. They did s'mores outside, and she bought the little Hershey's chocolate bars, individually wrapped and everything else. And so we're packing stuff up, and she's like, "I don't know what I'm going to do with all these regular graham crackers because she can't eat them."
Yeah.
Or these chocolate bars. I was like, "What do you mean the chocolate bars? It's just chocolate." She's like, "They're not gluten-free." I was like, "What?" She's like, "The regular full-size chocolate bars are, but all of the minis aren't because they use the flour so that it doesn't stick to the packaging as they package them." I was like, "You're joking." And she's like, "Nope." So they're all covered. Anyway, but for her, I've actually, the changes I have to make in order to make things gluten-free are I didn't realize how minimal they are. There's a lot of stuff that I make that I'm like, oh, I just have to make the pasta substitute. Okay. Does the pasta substitute taste okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's not quite like the real thing, but it's really close. The only thing that I, if it's like bread and everything else like that, yeah, she can't have that. But dude, the majority
You'd be surprised
of stuff,
on how many seasonings have wheat in it too.
Dude, soy sauce.
Yeah.
Soy sauce, oyster sauce, that type of stuff, all has wheat. And so but once you get the gluten-free versions of that, I went to Oriental Market, got the gluten-free version of soy sauce, gluten-free version of oyster sauce, and then I can make my the broccoli beef recipe that I make.
Yeah,
freaking killer. Oh, dude, I do this blackened oven roasted broccoli, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I take a cast iron skillet, and I'll chop up the broccoli so it's in bite-sized pieces, toss it with avocado oil, and then I'll salt it. And I've got the cast iron skillet that's in the oven at 500 degrees. I'll pull it out, and then I dump the broccoli in it, put it in there, 9 minutes. And it's 9 minutes on the dot. And then I pull that out, and you get that toasted, almost because it starts to kind of, it kind of gets a little blackened and stuff like that from the heat and everything else, dude. Every time. every time I make that, I'll buy like that big 6-pound bag of like, or like,
Yeah.
bag of broccoli. I'll like make half of it and then, roast it and everything else. I'll serve it to my kids. It does not make it.
Yeah.
Like, they eat that like
Unfortunately, I have a hard time with broccoli. I need to start giving it another shot. But I remember I ate so much broccoli back in like the early 2000s for like meal prep, and
yeah.
it was broccoli or steak and chicken and raw broccoli. And like that's all I was eating. Like
Yeah.
steak, chicken, raw broccoli, steak, chicken, raw broccoli. And I remember you may have even been there with us in Riverton. I remember like I went and tried to eat real quick in between lessons, and I ate it, and then all of a sudden like gagged and threw up, and I'm just like
dude.
haven't been able to really eat it since. So I think it's like if I had raw broccoli, I don't think I can do raw broccoli anymore.
Yeah.
But if it was probably cooked and stuff like that, I could probably eat it. But I always end up like picking it out, and I'm like, I shouldn't do that. But it's like it always makes me nauseous.
No, I get it. I get it.
And broccoli's great. It's good for you, and it's
Yeah.
high source of fiber. And it's like I should try to get that out of my head and start eating it more. But I'm just like, ugh, broccoli. Ugh.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, no, like, yeah, that type of stuff. And smoking stuff too.
Oh, I love smoking stuff.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I haven't done a brisket yet. I need to do a brisket. That's more of one of those time things.
Yeah.
To where it's like you got to do it overnight, and it's like, God, the last time I left my smoker alone, like it flared up.
Yeah.
But luckily it shuts itself down.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to like burn down the house or nothing because it's outside. But it flamed up pretty good, and like it freaked out my neighbors.
Yeah.
They're like, and granted, it was bad timing because like maybe half a mile away, an apartment complex burned down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So like they're outside like spraying their fence thinking that it's going to burn down the fence. I'm like, calm the fuck down. But yeah, I want to try to smoke a brisket one of these days.
Brisket's good. You just have to have like a lot of people to come over and help you eat it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot.
And it's like, I don't have butcher paper, and it's like wrapping it in butcher
Yeah.
paper. And it's like, those are the steps where I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do that.
Get your Wagyu beef tallow.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm a very much a set it and forget it for a long time. And then maybe like ribs, like again, taking them out, like butter, brown sugar, honey. Like that's about as much as I get. But like getting the beef tallow.
Right.
It's like, I just need to do it one of these days. But
It's, let me tell you what. It's awesome.
yeah. All right, let's move on to our next question. All right, kind of going along very similar themed as you, but this is like a scenario.
Okay.
Scenario.
I'm in.
If you were trying to impress somebody for dinner, what would you make them? Now, I don't even know if you've done this or not yet, but think about, okay, let's make it even more a scenario. You're making dinner for you, Cammie, and her parents, and you want to impress them. What are you going to make them?
Okay. Okay. So what I would do is I would do a tri-tip roast, salt and pepper, and then I would sous vide it for like 23 hours, 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And then once it's done, do a very, very fast pan sear on that with like butter, thyme, like almost like the Gordon Ramsay method,
Yeah.
right? Okay, to add on top of the flavor of the salt and the pepper and stuff like that. By doing it in the sous vide, it really helps break down, like, there's not a lot of connective tissue. I mean, it's like the cut's super good.
Yeah.
You cut it across the bias and everything else. But yeah, you get that nice crust that will happen from the searing, on either side. I would do the oven roasted broccoli, and then I would do as another side I would do like mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would, so I've got a ricer.
Yeah, that's the other way you do mashed potatoes.
Right. Throw it through a ricer, and then once they're riced and everything else, butter, sour cream, green onions, chop all that up and everything else, so that really like the potatoes really just don't need any like gravy sauce or anything else like that. You just
you just
buy
eat
them
potatoes
up by themselves. If I want to be really super fancy, stick all those potatoes then, and then I'd probably mix like an egg or two, depends on how many mashed potatoes I make, in the mashed potatoes, combine it all together, stick that all in a pastry bag, and then you pipe it out, until it's like this little, I can't remember the name of what they are. It starts with a D, but, about like this big, like about that big around, just like almost like a cupcake looking thing.
Yeah.
And then you put them back in the oven at 425, and just to kind of toast the outside.
Yeah, I
and
remember
everything else.
that, but I can't remember what that's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, they're freaking delicious. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Nice. Yeah, I've done sour cream with the mashed potatoes, and Shanna can tell, so we use heavy cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the tartness that she doesn't like with the
I
sour
don't know,
cream?
because I think the fact that it's sour cream.
If she knows,
probably.
Can she taste it if she doesn't know?
She probably can't identify exactly what it is.
But she knows something.
She'll be like, you did something different.
Got it.
And it's like, how the hell do you know that?
Got it.
But she'll have sour cream with a baked potato. Yeah, it's
okay. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's funny, but yeah, every now and then Maya and I will try to sneak in stuff to see if she knows. Like she doesn't like smoked paprika, so we try to put it in like everything to see if she can taste it, and we'll be like, and then she'll be like,
I love it.
And she'll start looking. And we're like, damn it, she knows. No.
She knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
It's funny. My go-to, like, anytime we're having people over and, like, Shanna, this is, like, what Shanna likes me to make. It's like we'll get a steak, probably one of those, like, whole tenderloins that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
We'll get something like that, and then, you cut it up into the sizes you want.
Right.
Man, my go-to seasoning for steaks is I don't, like, make a rub. Like, I just put it directly on the steaks.
Okay.
It's, your salt, your pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin.
Oh, okay.
I love cumin.
Yeah.
I think cumin is phenomenal. Cook the steaks however you want. If we're outside, if it's nice, you flat top grill them. And
Right.
if not, just, saute them and sear them in the pan and all that stuff. Let those rest. And then they call them my TikTok potatoes because it's a recipe I saw originally on TikTok. It's from a guy, Dano Seasonings.
Yeah. I
love that guy.
Of course, hit it with some of that Dano seasoning.
Yeah. You don't know, you Dano.
I got some of that Dano original.
Yeah, the yum get you some.
That guy's hilarious.
He's great. Well, he made this potato recipe that is really, really good.
Yeah.
So you take those petite potatoes, you cut them in half, and then you score the bottoms.
Okay.
You get your dish, whatever you're going to cook them in, and you melt like a stick of butter. Then you pour Parmesan cheese, and with him, he uses his, Dano seasoning.
Yeah.
But you can put whatever kind of seasoning you want in it. And then some very light cayenne.
Okay.
So just very light, or depending on who you're with. If you like spicy food, put a ton.
Right.
You mix it up, and it almost borderline forms like a paste.
Okay.
Okay. You put the potato score side down in this paste.
Okay.
Then you take the excess and just
sprinkle it on top.
Yeah, brush it on top.
Got it.
Okay. Then you put it in the oven and you bake it. Okay. It comes out. The bottom has this crust.
Right.
And then the top is soft, so you have this like crunchy, soft mixture. I could make like 2 trays of those and they'll be gone in like one sitting.
Right.
That, and then I guess you could call them boiled carrots, where you boil carrots for 2-3 hours. I mean, long,
Wow.
long time. But
Is there
not
anything
like
left to them after that?
yes. But I mean, you don't. It's like a rolling boil simmer.
Yeah.
But then you put butter, honey, and brown sugar in it,
Okay.
and it almost borderline makes like this syrup with it.
Yeah.
They're super soft, and again, Jamin doesn't like carrots, but he will eat those up like none other. He'll request those.
That's because it's covered in sugar.
Yeah. But it's brown and honey sugar, so it doesn't count.
So it doesn't count.
It's not refined white sugar.
That's only when it's white.
Yeah, and then they also like it when we do asparagus.
Oh,
Yeah,
asparagus.
just
is so
super easy.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, olive oil.
Yep.
But we like to sprinkle Parmesan cheese on it.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, like
So good.
that's my go-to with it. So, or you just throw something in the smoker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's super easy too.
Yeah.
And the best thing about the smoker is it seems super complicated, but I refer to it as an outdoor crock pot. Like seriously,
I've heard it referred to as, like pellet smokers, otherwise known as the man's easy bake oven. I'm like, you're not wrong.
no.
You're not wrong.
Pellet smokers are great because you don't have to go out there control the fire,
Yeah, you
add
don't have
more
to sit there and
wood.
babysit it and
No.
everything else. I mean, if I drank, crap. Like,
Yeah, you
I
could
would
sit
be a
there
raging
and-
alcoholic. Like, I would just be like, you buy me a 36-pack of beer, and
Yep.
I am just gonna sit here all day long.
I feel you.
And so,
But let us know what your go-to meal. If you
Yeah.
had to impress somebody, what would you make? Again, and mine are like not overly complicated, but if you do it right, it's really
Yeah.
good.
oh yeah,
But moving on to our last question. All right, question number 4. What do we got?
okay. Now going along these lines, this one's kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
Of food and everything else, because I'm gonna hit back to the cheese.
Okay.
All right, and also we're gonna talk about hamburgers. Okay,
American cheese.
because there's only one cheese that should ever be on a hamburger.
Yes. And it's not, you can make the argument it's not cheese.
No, I don't care.
It's the best thing on a hamburger.
American cheese.
Sorry. Yeah. I hijacked it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so got that one out of the way. Okay, the other one is, what is your preferred fat to meat ratio, and what is your preferred cooking method?
For burgers,
Yes.
I like 80-20.
Okay.
If I'm making it for me, if I'm making it for other people in my house, it's got to be 93-7. Yeah, so it's dry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the least amount of fat, the better.
I'm so sorry.
That's why they like fillets, because there's like no fat on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But like if I'm like, hey, try a ribeye or try a New York,
Right.
it's too fatty. It's too fatty. So I like 80-20.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit more juice with it. Ideally, granted, I need to get a new one of these, but on a flat top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not like a huge fan of smash burgers because I think they're too thin. At that point, it's like a hamburger cracker.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Like when they like really flatten
smash
it.
and flatten it out.
But I don't like. I mean, it's okay. They're harder to cook, but when they're those like big inch
The
thick
nice.
burgers,
Okay. Okay.
those are nice. I don't mind those, but those are like you run the risk of it being like pretty raw in the middle
Right.
and then super burn on the outside.
Right.
It's like the same thing with like a thick cut fillet.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
ugh. Like cut it in half, get a good sear on both sides, have it still be, like medium rare to medium in the middle. But yeah, I like flat tops because you can get that crust on the outside
Yeah.
of it. Second favorite would probably be just over, a flame broiled.
Okay.
Flame
Okay.
grilled. I like that.
I like the flavor. I don't like what it does to the size of the patty.
Yeah, it shrinks it up pretty bad.
Really does.
Yeah.
But I do like that flavor of like the fat and everything else once it hits the coals and just
Yeah.
kind of get that flare up and
Yep.
flame kissed and stuff like that. Yeah, for me, yeah, definitely American cheese. Like there's no, it.
If I'm
is-
feeling real fancy, you crumble blue cheese on top of it.
Right.
but it's just American cheese.
But American cheese. Okay. Now with hamburger and stuff like that, I generally, if I can find it, it comes in the big tube of ground meat at Costco, but it's their 90-10 blend.
Yeah.
And I'll use that because I use the ground meat for other things besides hamburger. Knowing that it's 90-10, and knowing if I'm going to make a hamburger, okay? And I didn't know this until like I was like watching Alton Brown or somebody. I can't remember who I was watching. But you know when you like take a bite of meat and it's like super dry?
Yeah.
Okay? And you're like, it's not juicy. And we say juicy like it's not juicy like juicing fruit and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's moisture coming
There's moisture there.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel that we feel that we think is moisture isn't moisture. It's fat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And so if I want like a good, like, instead of like having the Sahara Desert in my mouth covered in American cheese, you know, there has to be more fat in there. Well, what do I do now? Because I got 90-10. Well, I do have like this tub of Wagyu beef tallow.
Yeah, cooking in beef tallow.
And so I mix the beef tallow in.
Oh, okay.
So I'll take whatever weight I've got, knowing that it's 90-10, do a little bit of math, and then figure like, okay, cool, for this much in grams, I've got to put this much beef tallow in there.
Okay.
And I make sure that the meat is super, super cold, you know, because that way then the beef tallow kind of holds up a little bit more as I'm mixing it in with my, my hands. And then I get it so that it's all mixed in there, and then I smash burger it. There's I can't remember his name. He's been on the show with Josh Weissman, and I stole his technique from him.
Yeah, I like his stuff, Josh Weissman.
Oh, dude, Josh Weissman.
Yeah, he's good.
Josh Weissman. The other guy is super good. Is Jose El Cook or something like that? Jose Can Cook. Or
oh yeah, the Mexican guy. Yeah,
put a little bit of that ocean.
Yeah,
he's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love
that
good.
guy.
But so he had on one of the guys. He's like known for his smash burgers and stuff like that, to the point where he had a friend of his who was a machinist, a metal worker, and he was complaining about the spatulas that they use to smash the burgers because they always bend, and after a while they break, they don't work. And the guy's like, how about I just make you one? And he's like, fantastic. And so it's like 16-inch steel and everything,
like 20 pounds.
It's just like it doesn't move, like it is rigid and everything.
Splatters the hamburger.
So, yeah. So how he makes his smash burgers is he's made them into like pre-sized balls and stuff like that, and then he'll stick them on the flat top.
Okay.
And of course the flat top's nice and hot and everything else. He'll let him sit there for a second, and then he takes it and flips it. So now you've got like this partially cooked spot on the top, and now it's starting to cook on the bottom. Then he can take his spatula and put it on there, because that cooked area won't stick to the spatula.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much easier than like, I've got to get this piece of parchment and I'll put this on here and then I'll make a smash burger. Meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stick to my spatula. But yeah, like doing that, adding that extra beef tallow in there to get to like a 75%.
Yeah. That's the way to go. The more fat, the better on that.
And then you have that on top.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, those are, and then again, so when do you season yours? Do you season yours when you actually put the beef together, or do you season it while it's on the flat top?
While it's on the flat top.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll season like one side, put it on, and then season the other side while it's on.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't season it while I'm making it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't either. And so, because I know some people do. And
they're called psychopaths.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so that's, oh dude. Yeah. That's
burgers.
That is my way to go.
There you go.
I mean, we could talk about buns and,
do
you do like a brioche bun? Do you do the like potato bun?
I like potato and brioche.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like potato buns.
I think potato's got like a little bit of a funk to it that I don't like.
Yeah. I don't mind potato buns. But that could even bring up another topic, but we'll go into like if you're a hot dog or hot hamburger fan, but that'll be for another day. That'll be for the 4th of July. But let's move on to our fight scene.
You know what we should do?
What?
When we do that episode?
What?
We should and of course it would be a little bit of a setup. We should take this whole setup while we're out there And like, no joke, hot dogs and hamburgers. We just eat the whole
There you go.
episode. I'm in.
I'm in. We'll do
done.
it. So stay tuned. And let's move on. All right, this week's fight scene, we have Chef Boyardee versus Colonel Sanders.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about Colonel Sanders.
Okay.
He's a crazy guy.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't even think this needs to go to 3 rounds. Colonel Sanders is wiping the floor with
He's
Chef
gonna
Boyardee.
wipe. Oh, dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his life is nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, like when like your dad is like, it's not even. Was it his dad? Was it his stepdad that was just like, you need to go and make money and like have a job and not live here anymore?
Yeah.
Kicked him out of the house, everything else. Like,
He'd even like form KFC until he was in his 60s.
dude, yeah. And even then, you know, like kind of like tried to sell the franchise and stuff like that. You know, Harmon, not the grocery store Harmon's, but Harmon's. I
Well,
think
it was here in
Harmon.
Utah.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it's right. It's right.
The very first KFC is on 39th and State.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That should have been a trivia question.
Trivia. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, I've got Colonel Sanders
Colonel
wiping
Sanders.
the floor with Chef Boyardee.
Dude. It's not even funny. I mean, he was.
So I would be more impressed if somebody could argue the fact that Chef Boyardee would win.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. No.
yeah, not happening.
Not
So good luck,
happening.
Chef Boyardee. But Colonel Sanders all the way. But let's
Get
move on
butt
to
waxed.
our joke of the week. All right, while you're looking yours up, when potatoes have babies, what are they called?
No idea.
Tater tots.
Oh my gosh.
Or why do you knock before opening the fridge?
Because a salad might be dressing.
There could be a salad dressing.
There could be a salad. That's right.
Yep.
There could be a salad dressing.
This one isn't a food one,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a story. Funny. Heard it the other day. It's this mom went to a pet store to buy, a bird, like a talking bird, like a parrot or something like that. And they were like $100, $50,
Mm-hmm.
like $20. They're like, why is this parrot $20? And they're like, oh, it used to work in a brothel. They're like, that's it? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, well, I'll take the $20 bird. Takes a $20 bird home. The bird gets home. It's like, oh, new place, huh? And the mom's like, yeah. He's like, okay. The daughters walk in. Oh, new employees. Mom's like, no.
No.
Bird just goes along with his day. Dad comes in. Phil, I haven't seen you in a week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's that one.
Nice. Okay. So we got this one. Okay. Why can't Helen Keller drive?
I know the answer to this. But why, Tony?
Because she's a woman.
Yeah.
I heard that one about Pete Mazel. Because she's
Yes.
blind. No.
No,
Because she's a woman.
Yes. Hey, what else you got?
I can't say that one. That one's too
No,
bad.
No.
What's? Hold on. No. Oh, okay. Okay. Why did Susie fall off the swing? Because she has no arms. Knock, knock.
Probably not Susie.
It's not Susie.
Yeah.
And
There's
those
that
are-
one.
those are-
Or why'd the blonde break her arms falling out of the tree?
Why?
She was raking leaves. Yeah.
A blonde and a brunette jump off a skyscraper. Who hits the ground first?
Who?
The brunette, because halfway down the blonde had to stop and ask directions.
There you go. But all right, moving on to our shout outs. All right, anybody you want to shout out today?
Okay, so yes, of course, I feel like I shout out the same people every single time.
Yeah.
You know, so,
All right.
but
out
shout out
Cicely.
to Cicely.
Yeah.
Especially like her audition was freaking awesome. She
Good for her.
legitimately killed it. Chose a stupid hard song when she told me, she was like, I'm gonna do, this song from Into the Woods, and I was like, you're okay? Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's a good. And she's like, yeah, I really like it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, she did really well, and she's got her, the state champion.
Great job,
Color
Cicely.
guard.
Way
Yeah,
to
she
go.
did.
We're super proud of
She's
you.
great, But yeah, the color guard competition that's going on today, and so I'm bouncing out and
Yeah.
heading off to that.
Enjoying that.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on to our final thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, any final thoughts you want to leave the people with?
So, final thoughts. I would challenge everybody here. If you already cook, great. If you cook, you're probably one of those people kind of like me that every once in a while you'll be like, I want to try this, or I want to do this little bit of, something different by way of, a recipe or something like that. But for those of you that like, I burn water. Okay, good. Then start.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is just look up something simple and do it. Am I going to say stop going to restaurants? No, I'm not going to say stop going to restaurants, but I am going to say, why are you spending all that money on DoorDash when the food's going to be half, mediocre, sucking at best, and you could just make it better at home anyway.
And you feel better about it because it's like you took the time to make it yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
it's anytime you put that time and effort in, it just makes it a little bit better.
And there is a sense of pride that goes into that.
Yeah.
And especially when you make something, because again, I think we are our best and worst critics all at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
The reason why we're probably the best is because we're honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
We're the worst because then we'll take that honesty and then we beat us to death with it. And you'll be able to make stuff and be like, yeah, that wasn't that great. Like I totally screwed that up. And then there'll be other times that you'll, my kids know that when Dad starts swearing, and it's not like yelling swearing, but it's when whenever I taste something that I've been making and working on and everything else, and I'm like, oh damn. My kids are like, all right, dude, buckle up because this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Dad's swearing. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I made that pasta fagioli recipe not yesterday, on Thursday. And like I took a taste of it and I was just, and because I used that chicken broth that I had made the other day, and I was like, holy crap.
You're like, damn, this is good.
This is good.
Yeah.
And then as I was going through, like I had Landon taste it, and Landon's just like, so when are we eating, Dad? Like, are we eating now? Like, is it ready? I'm like, no, like I'm not even done yet. And he's like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have no idea. And then, Cammie had some and she just looked at me. I think if things don't go well between Cammie and I think I've ruined her for everybody else that's out there.
Yeah.
She's like, this is amazing. And I'm like, oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yep.
But yeah. Yeah.
But good luck today, Cicely.
Yeah.
Kill it. We can't wait to hear how it goes next week.
I know. We're really excited.
But
so
make some time to have family dinners.
yes. Yes. Make some time to have family dinner.
Yeah, make some time to sit down at the table, eat together, converse, talk about each other's day. Like, we just don't do it enough anymore, and I think we need to get back to it. It doesn't have to be every meal, but at least get back to Sunday dinners. Like, we love Sunday dinners at our house. It's like, dude, anybody can come over. Like, we'll have food, we'll talk, we'll play games.
Yeah.
It's the way that's the way it should be.
Well, just take and turn the TV off for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Put the phones down.
Yep.
TV off. Sit down, talk about your day, talk about fun stories, and enjoy each other's company over good food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So make some good food this week and let us know what you made.
Sweet.
But kick it with this next week, everybody. Take care.
Peace.